Hello everyone, welcome to Compressure. We're just kind of in the middle of the first puzzle here. There is no main menu that I could do the intro in, as far as I can tell. This is a engineering puzzle game, which was recommended to me some months ago by the game's author. I'm pretty sure, right? It must have been. Who's, I guess, a viewer of the channel. Was like, hey, do you want to try this game? And I never got around to it, trying the demo. But it's released on Steam as of a few months ago, so I thought I'd give it a try. Also, something that I thought was cool when I looked at it, the developer has made the game free to play. That is, the demo is available and has all the features of the main game. You can buy the game if you want for $5, which I have, just because I think that's a cool way to do things, and I like to reward such behavior. Anyway, the game is about, I don't really know yet, really. Each level there's 4 ports on a thing you design, and you have to meet requirements for a design, and then I believe these turn out to be reusable components that you can use later. So on this first level, there was some dialogue. I mean, you can read it here. Not hint. I'm not gonna read it. You can pause if you want. It's just flavor, kind of describing why you're trying to do what you're doing. But you can, in this case, the requirements are this color should, whatever's input here should be what gets output here, and what's input here should be what's output here. And that's easy. We just draw lines like that. So I completed this level off camera to make sure I knew what was going on. And we can move on to the next level, which is, so what we've invented here is a cross, right? A way to take whatever was on top and send it to the bottom, and vice versa. So I assume this will be a component we reuse quite soon. Now in this case, we have, our only goal is to output 50 psi at this port. We have no inputs, but we were taught here, you can, if you want to read the dialogue, oops, that was probably too fast. If you want to read the dialogue, you can pause there and there. But we were taught that we can, in this design menu, we can grab, give me an inlet that makes 100 psi. Does it have to go up? Can I rotate it or something? If I do that? So I can do that. Does that make any sense? No, right? Do I let some of it out? Is that... No, this turned into not an inlet anymore. What? This is really... I don't understand how to build. So I want an inlet. Oh, I see. You rotate... I was imagining this as a... put down a rotated pipe. But no, it's rotate the thing you are putting down. Okay. So we can do this. And we can connect that up. Oh, am I... like that? That outputs too much pressure, of course. Is there an undo or something? No, I can do this. Can I send some of it away? I don't quite understand what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I can ask for help. Yes. An open-ended will release it to 0. Topping off a pipe somewhere in the middle? What does that mean? Tapping off. Ah, I think I understand what they're saying. So... well... alright. So let's do some building. And try to understand if, no? God, this is so fucking hard. To just build, pipes. This is the core mechanic, and I have a lot of trouble doing it. Getting stuff to connect to other stuff. So, okay. So it gets to 0 here, and along the way, the pressure is going down. So could I, like... Yes, okay, you can build a bridge then. Like, not a bridge, but a fork of sorts? So wait a minute. Okay, then this is simple, right? We just build one of these things, and we connect it to there. No? To there, but we also connect it to nothing. And so half of it gets thrown away, and half of it goes here. Sure. Yes, okay, what am I supposed to do? Get a high pressure steam with the plus. Connect west and east, but only when north is at high pressure. So we're building an AND gate here, right? Well, sort of. Okay, did I learn any new parts? I have a valve. What does a valve do? I guess it just does exactly what it's asking me for. Oh, Q and E rotate, or the mouse wheel, okay. Valves. Tab enters valve placement mode. Valves allow steam to pass through them if the plus side is at higher pressure than the minus side. Okay. So we can place this valve, which is helpfully open for me. And I want it like that, right? Yeah. So this, it's a four-sided connection. And the top and bottom control how much steam passes through from the left to right. The volume on this seems a little high. I probably should have turned that down, actually. I didn't even do a sound test or anything. Very unprofessional. There. That's probably too quiet. Something like that. Okay. Level select. Normally closed. Yes. Applying steam to the plus. Okay. Minus closes it. Yes, I read the help. Closes on application of high pressure. So this is like the opposite. It's like a NAND gate kind of sort of thing. It's not like, these aren't strictly just like gates, because you think of digital gates as Boolean. We have like analog gate equivalents. Okay, so east to west, but only when south is low. Okay, so I mean, we obviously want a valve. When it's low, I didn't quite understand, like, no, when it's less than 100. So we have to actually connect west to east. We can't just make like a 100 output to east to turn on sometimes. How do you... Oh, of course, right. Just the exact same thing is going to work, right? Whoops, not that. We can use an inlet here. And so the idea is, I think, when these are equal, nothing will go through, right? That's how only when the top is higher than the bottom. So when the bottom is 100, nothing will go through, right? Yeah. Switches between two sources, combining them. When west supplies 100, connect north. When it's at 0, connect south. I see. So I guess we just want two different valves. Sort of, like that. When it's 100, when it's plus side, okay. So when it's 100, I mean, we want to do that, right? So, like, that does half of our thing. When this is full, we connect north. Great. Now we have to do the opposite when it's low, which means feeding this in, okay, to the bottom. So we kind of want like this, right? With the inlet at the minus, at the plus, like we did before. It's really fucking hard to draw these. Okay, and then you just need to connect up into this same thing. Oh, this turned into a pipe instead of a valve. Okay. Did this work? How can I tell that it hasn't worked? I mean, apparently it hasn't. But it's really hard to follow what, like, it's mad about, or what even is happening as stuff moves. Like, I want a way to say, like, set this pressure to X and this pressure to Y and see what happens. Oh, this is backwards. That's the minus end. No. Yes. Yeah, so this normally lets stuff through, but when this goes high, it blocks. This makes sense. The only seam, okay. Okay. Replicating device, create a pressure, use valves at a precise ratio. So now it gets into the, like, the analog idea, I think, of like not just 100 or 0, but levels in between. Well, we had 50% earlier, I guess. Opening the valve to 80. What? The pressure on plus minus the pressure on minus is how much gets through. Okay. Communication through pressure rather than the flow of steam offers exciting stuff. Okay. Right. So what am I supposed to do? Output here should equal input here. And I'm not allowed to rotate or do anything to these, yeah. So... I mean, the text kind of told us what to do, but I couldn't really understand what it was saying. So, can I, like... So what exactly is... Like, okay, suppose we connected, like, inlet valves to each of these sides. The opposites of what's in here. And we connected this to each of those sides. Then we would have 100 minus X over here. And 100 minus X on the other side, right? And you add those together, and don't you end up with exactly X, is that right? Yeah. Or wait, maybe you just end up with 100. 100 minus X. Okay, so give me some inlets, please. So I'm imagining that I want like this. And then we're gonna figure out how much of each one to send out. And like this is kind of the only reasonable thing to do, I feel like. So it probably works, and I just don't quite understand it yet. Ah, well, hang on, I have to see what this does. No, we just get 100. Yes. So when this is on... Oh, I see. This, of course. This never gets a... Okay, leave that at 0? I mean, this doesn't seem that great. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. No, it's just like sending 100 through all the time. Okay, let's read this text again. Oh, you can test things now. Can I manually set a test, or... Okay, can I pause? So this will let me inspect a specific test case. I don't really understand what it's showing me. What does this do? Speed? Okay, got it. So where was the text? It's over here. So give me this dialogue again. Supplying and venting steam. Okay, yes, this makes sense. We need to vent some of it, right? I guess? I'm confused. They open to the pressure of the plus side minus the minus side. I know that, but I don't understand how to do anything still. I can listen, I can look at a hint. Okay, maybe the help tells me something useful, actually. I think we read that. Well, no, okay. Okay, I think the point is that one of these should be routed to output, and the other one should be routed to vent. Right? I guess? I don't quite understand how to do that when they both output to here. Oh, just leave one of them, I see. Leave one of them not connected is how you vent it, right? So you're the one who vents... Yeah, okay. Maybe. So your steam is all getting stuck here. I don't understand. So here's some of it. Oh, okay, we're letting through 0, so we just get 0, but... So if we have 100 minus x percent of 100, we get 100 minus x, right? Like... That's cool, I guess. But... So what? And over here, let's say this were like 50. 50 minus 100 doesn't produce anything. So I don't understand how I'm supposed to use this valve. Like, what do I feed into its minus side? If I feed 100 in, nothing ever gets through, right? And what else do I have that I could feed in? Well, I have 100 minus x, I guess. But I can't get this here, like, without blocking this. Like, slow down on these damn tests. So, suppose I had, like... I don't understand this. dialogue at all? $10, $50, $50. That's your point, is that in all these cases I'm outputting nothing, which is fine. I just like the numbers. God, would you stop moving? What the fuck does this mean? Okay, I see that there's 90s. The numbers are small and they move fast, so it's really hard to read. But I just want a simple test I can understand. So here we have, so I can stop worrying about x's, right? Here we have 90 going in here. So if I were to route this, I would get 10 out. If I sent this somewhere, right? What could I do with that? Well, I could connect that 10 to here. And 100 to here, in which case this would be a valve that's on at 90, and I could run 100 through it and I would get back out 90, and that's what I want. But I can't figure out how to route it, because like the fact that they're sharing this space here seems really constraining. If they were a little further apart, I think I'd be set. Because I don't want your, like, 10 to go into the top half. I want it to go into the minus half. Oh, can I put 100 here and connect it to both of these, maybe? Do I want that? I think I want that. I don't seem to be able to do that. Ah, but, of course, I can put one here, and then connect that to both, right? And then if I connect this to here, and this to out. God damn it, just let me... If I connect this to out? So why is this... Oh no, this is right. It's getting a 90 out, right? So if I say continue with your tests... Okay, but you can go faster. I'm not passing tests. Okay. So this one's failing, for example. Why is it flashing? So here we send in 10. And we get out 10, right? Or you're saying it wants 10, but it's getting 0. So do I just not want this connected anywhere? But then I'm ignoring the output of this, which can't be right. We're just always getting 0 here and 10 here. So, I mean, this we could, like, throw away. We're getting 10 in on both of these. And so plus... Aren't we letting through 10% of this? Like we have... We're letting through 100. But the amount that lets... The percentage that's let through is supposed to be plus, minus, minus. So we should be letting through 10% of it, right? And this part doesn't matter at all? But we get 100. Why? Alright, let's read some help. Test menu allows you to inspect, repeatedly run a single test. What a weird thing to ever want to do. I guess to see how the steam flows or something? Shows the sequence of inputs and outputs, and as long as they get close, yeah. Okay, so this is not useful. Alright, show me the hint, I guess. When the input is high, we'll connect the output to a steam source. Okay. I didn't learn anything from that. So this is, I guess that they're trying to, like, this is trying to call back to what I did here, where I chose which to use based on whether the west is high or low, right? Right, this is exactly the setup that we had here. And I'm supposed to do the same thing again, basically. Except I'm creating these inputs myself. Rather than getting them piped in. But I still don't really understand what I did here. So... Okay, I guess the point is here, we connected to either the top or the bottom, because only one of them was on at a time. So we got either high or low on the left. But if we get a percentage, we can get a percentage of atmosphere and a percentage of pipe. Right? A percentage of, like, inlet, rather. And they're making me blend them here. So one of these is fed from inlet. And the other is fed by nothing? Is this right? I still don't really understand anything, I guess. Why doesn't this top one just work all by itself? We're letting in 100 minus... Oh, right. We're letting in 100 minus X. So where's the test tab? Suppose I run... Yeah, this is right. I think? No, we're getting an error here. Why? I have no idea what this fucking flashing means. How can I just want to see like 100 and then stop moving. Or like, okay, there's 100 going in now, I think, right? And the amount we should have out is 100, and I think we do, right? But it's showing 90 here. It's saying it's feeding in 90. For some reason, it's alternating between 90 and 100. Is one of them the start state and the other is the end state or something? What does this do? So right now we're getting fed in 90 and we're letting through about 10. It's like 12, but close enough. And that makes sense. It's not what we want, but I understand it. And most of it is actually getting vented here. Right? So wait, why don't I just, why don't I just do that? Shouldn't this be letting through 90% of 100? Because they're open to plus, minus, they're open to positive, minus, negative. Which is 90 right now, right? And so they should let through 90% of this? Am I crazy? It doesn't work. It lets through 100. Why? Okay, well, disconnect all this garbage. So no matter what this does, this lets through 100. Why? We read how these things work, and it's not like that, right? Or maybe it is. Wait a minute. Valves allow steam to pass through them if the plus is higher than the minus. The higher it is, the more it's open. So why isn't it passing through 90% of it in this configuration? If I say run all tests, it doesn't work, right? We always let through 100. Now, maybe what they're trying to get me to do is, like, vent some of it here, but then I don't understand what this end is doing. The valve should be 90% open right now, according to my understanding. And like I can vent some of it up here, but I don't really understand why I should do that. Now, the annoying thing is this gives me 90 here. I get that we're venting 10% of it up there. That makes sense. And given that we are supplying 100 unconditionally through here, venting 10% of it is what we want to do. My question is, why is 100 getting through here? Shouldn't only 90 be getting through? I mean, I can run all the tests, and they're close enough to passing, but why doesn't it work to just run this through? Why is 100% getting through this way? Like, let's say we did this again. It's still 100, but why? Would you shut up? Valves. The more it is open, what does that mean? Okay, so I guess the issue is like these valves allow... No, I still don't get it. So we do that, and this pipe, I get it, like some of it vents, but I don't understand why all of it gets through here. Is that just like a property of how Steam works that I should understand as a human being even before playing this game? Or of valves? You can't make something that supplies pressure at 100 produce less than 100 pressure, except by throwing some of it away, maybe? I mean, I guess that makes sense. If this valve were partially open and we had 100% coming in... I guess I don't understand, but I don't need to. Now that I understand how this behaves, I don't need to know why. So we can try one more here. Okay... Send a message. Trying to send 80. So we want to subtract. Okay. And now we have more options here. Or, well, no, not really. We still just have valves and inlets. Okay, and would you, like, shut up with this steam noise? It does not help me at all. Okay. So we need to do a similar thing with venting sending the input, using the input to control one or more valves, right? And if we had 100 minus x, how would we get that? Well, we would have 100 on the plus side and x on the minus side, right? But that would only make sense if valves... What we want is 100 on the minus... No. Because 100 on the minus side is never going to send anything through. So we have to have like 100 on the plus side at some point. Like, I think we need a valve that looks like this. This is an important part of any solution, I believe. And we put 100 on the plus side as the only reasonable thing to do. Give me like a more meaningful number here, like 10. And so if I made another inlet here, now this is doing what I thought what I thought was happening before. This seems to be letting out exactly like X, right? If I had done this, oh, but now it filled. What? Oh, I see. No, the problem is that we're just losing some gas in the meantime. It's only because the other end is open that we're losing any gas. We're sending through 100. Really. It's just that we're losing it to the open air. Okay. Well, fine. So what is the point of this valve at all? If it just lets in 100, like, all the time. I don't understand this. Why don't I just use 100 for this? Let's go back to the previous level. Show me what your solution is. It's the same as mine. Okay, how do I hide the dialogue then? Or the solution? Return? Yes. So it's exactly what I did. literally exactly, right? No, they saved a few pipes by doing this way. Okay. But it's the same basic idea. So what is the purpose of this? I guess, okay. Let's think about the exit port here. I've been thinking of it as like a way that I just like route a certain, I have a pipe that is X amount full that I'm routing to the exit, right? But if we imagine that the exit is like blocked, it's not outputting its stuff anywhere, then even a tiny amount of pressure applied to the exit would accumulate steam until it was 100% pressurized, right? And so no, I still don't get it. Okay, so what happens if, instead of doing all this nonsense, if we just, like, put at the other end an inlet? Can we just normal pipes? I guess the issue is that this pipe, this inlet, can supply sufficient pressure to like both inputs and outputs, right? That venting like 10% of the gas on the left doesn't really stop the gas on the right. But why is it any different to go through here? What? Like, I don't understand, like, I want principles for reasoning about this. To understand what properties the gas that's coming out of here has that make it behave differently from just a normal inlet. Like, it looks as though it's just letting out 100% gas. Or like, maybe it's letting out 90, but then why are we venting any of it? If I do this, we let out 100 and none of it gets vented, and like, okay. It seems like we're letting in 90 and then throwing away 10 of it. And we should have 80. 10% of it, we should have 81, I guess. But that's not what happens. Why does it say only one is thrown away here? Show me a different test, one with a higher pressure, like at 100. Will you stop blinking? Oh, this isn't 100, this is 50. Wait, is this wrong? I thought this was the solution. Did I get confused? No, it's right. There were just errors for tests that hadn't rerun yet. Okay. So here, for example, we're putting in 20. And 21 pressure is getting to here. This valve is letting 80% of the pressure here leave, which is fine. And the pressure here is 100 because we learned that this valve lets through 100 all the time, no matter what, and I don't know why. It should be open 20%. Do we need these two sources to equalize somehow? But if we think of the output as blocked so that it eventually accumulates 100% no matter how much you feed to it, or how quickly you feed to it, and that we need to find an equilibrium of some kind with the top and the bottom? So we're letting out 80% and we're letting in 20%, and that equalizes to... I just don't get it. You're flashing this help at me, but it's not helpful. Okay, there is an experiment port, so you can... Components can be selected by control clicking. There's copy and paste, undo. So, okay, I can select a component and do what with it? There was something in there about dragging, wasn't it? Oh, move with WAS? What a weird... Okay, it doesn't actually do anything. Ah! Oh, because I can't drag because there's no... I see, okay. I just don't understand this. Like, I need to go join the Discord and ask them what the hell is happening with these valves. Valves. The minus side is vented, therefore it's 0. So if plus is at 100, okay, but the next page, a pressurizing plus with an inlet. It's open only if minus is lower than 100. The openness is the pressure on plus minus the pressure on bottom. Any pipes with open ends will vent the steam to atmospheric pressure 0. Pressure at different points is visible. Now this is weird. How does this get to be 55? I mean, it's further away from the exit, I guess. And it's all interconnected, so you can view this as just one large node. So none of it is any closer to the exit than the rest? I don't know. I mean, we can go look at the next puzzle again, but since I don't understand the the previous puzzle, I don't know. I think we're gonna end this video here. Maybe we'll have more videos of this, maybe not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.